So today Jesus is saying, for no good tree bears bad fruit, nor again does a bad tree bear good fruit. And he adds that every tree is known by its fruit. So if it is a bad tree, people are going to know that it is a bad tree if the fruits that it gives are bad. And similarly, if it is a good tree, you know that this tree is good when the fruits that you get out of it are good. How do you know that this avocado is good? You know there are bad and good avocados. How are you able to tell that this avocado fruit, kotapera, mwizi avocado ni kotapera? How do you know that this is good and this is not good? Ati kotapera libe unga, inya unga. I hear people say so, like kotapera libe unga, meaning it's a bad one. When you break it open, it's watery. You can't. It doesn't even taste nice. You can't eat it. So you better just cut down that tree. But ukangamba kotapera so wasegula. Iwoneka unga muzi wa unga. Iwoneka unga so. Ishi uyo mtengo wa bwino. So you can even put more manure around it and take care of that tree because it is good avocado. You can even harvest as many as you want and sell to supermarkets if you have many of those trees around your compound or at your farm, because that is a good fruit. So you safeguard, you keep nicely that tree because it is giving you good fruit. And this is what Jesus is talking about today, that when you are a good tree, what you're going to give out is that which is good. Towards the end of the gospel, he says, a good man or a good person, out of the good treasure of his heart, produces good. So what you give out to others is those things that you have kept in your heart. It is the good attitudes, the good language, the good approach, those good fruits that you keep in your heart. That is what you are going to give out. But if you are keeping in your heart the opposite of what we have mentioned, you only give evil to other people. When they say this person is a bad person, what exactly do they refer to? Bakamba kuti umuntu ni muntu woipa. Uyu muntu ali na mtima woipa. It means that the things that you have kept in your heart are things that disturb other people, not so. Are things that do not give happiness or joy to other people. So to be a bad person, not because God created you a bad person. God never created any bad person at all. When God created a human being, what did he say? This is very good. Because what he created was good. But we do have people today that we can call, that one is a bad person. That one is a bad man. That one is a bad woman. We do have such people, not so. It is because they have made a decision to be bad to other people. So when you make a choice, when you decide to be bad to your friend, to be bad to other people, then everybody else is going to say, that one is a bad person and don't go near them. Don't go near her or near him. Because saziba kukamba, saziba kusowera, ama sowera va dangerous, don't go near that person. Maybe even the parents of your friends will be saying, uja mzanu uja ni mzanu oipa. I don't want to see you with that person, that person you call your friend anymore. Because you have made a choice to be a bad person. Not because God never created you a bad person. Jesus is saying, what you keep in your heart is what you're going to show to other people. Those are the fruits that you're going to show to other people. So now, each one of us here should ask themselves the question, what kind of fruits do I give to other people? If I am avocado, what kind of avocado am I? Ya manzi or ya unga? If I am a mango tree, what kind of a mango tree am I? if I am an orange plant or orange tree, what kind of oranges do I give out? Sawa sawa or the sweet fruits? What kind of a person am I? That is the question we are asking. What kind of a person are you to other people? The only way that you are going to know what kind of a person you are or what other people say the kind of person you are is when you get to know what they say when you're not around. You see, people are going to say nice things about you when you're around because maybe they don't want to offend you. They don't want to make you feel bad. But the things that they begin to say when you're not around, those things are what bring out what they truly think about you. So, zafika pa msonkano, wafika bwino, and everybody will pretend like they are happy to have you, to see you. They are happy that you have arrived. The moment you leave, that's when now they begin to say the correct things or the things that they truly think about you. Uyu naye uyu. Yaende zona. And then they begin to say all sorts of things because that is what you have shown them. Today, Jesus is challenging all of us to be the kind of trees that bear the fruit that people are going to enjoy. If you are a tree that produces bad fruit, people will not enjoy, and so they are going to cut that tree. They'll cut you. And that's when you begin to see people avoiding you. They are cutting you off their life. They are avoiding to be with you because you have shown them bad fruits. You are a bad person to them. Maybe ulibe ulemu. You don't know how to talk to your friends, how to talk to even elders, parents, even your teachers. You don't know how to talk. The kind of language that you use to them is not nice language. So everybody will begin to cut you off their life because they don't want to associate themselves with somebody who does not know how to talk or who has bad attitude. And that's what Jesus is saying. They will cut you. The tree that bears bad fruit is cut down. So the challenge that we have today is to begin to bear the kind of fruits that other people are going to enjoy in their life. Our presence should be a blessing to them, not a curse, not a source of sorrow, a source of whatever sadness. Our presence should bring joy to other people. The moment you arrive, the moment you get yourself to where everybody else is, people should be happy that you have arrived. But when you see people getting sad or people avoiding to talk to you, avoiding to be close to you, then there must be something wrong with you. It is time to begin to introspect, to think about yourself and see what is it about me that is making other people sad whenever I am around them. There's something else that Jesus is saying today also. He's talking about a speck and a log. Do you know what a speck is? A speck, in which is zungwich. But do you know what a log is? A log, nichani wamenazi bandani. What is a log? Uchinyanja log nicha? Yes, please. Nimoba. Dewa menaizi vila mzatu nifuaka nimoba. The others, dewa ati? Yes. Ibia. Okay. Okay. Nifuaka nimoba ni bia. Venangu no, there. Like a tree. Okay. Which is broken down. My answer ija? Yes, a log, a tree which is broken down. That's the language that he has used. Chinkuni, aini, munga chinkuni, so chitengo wanachitema manje chinagwa, so that is a log. Now, if that is a log, what about a speck? What would be a speck? What would be a speck? These are the two things Jesus talks about. A log, like the way our friend has described it, but there's also a speck. A speck would be something way smaller than a log. Maybe kauzu, ain. Kamauzu chabe kangono chabe. Or maybe a very small particle of a tree. A small substance. These are the two things that Jesus is talking about. And he says, how can you tell your friend who has a speck in their eye that, my friend, you have a speck, when you yourself have a log? So imagine you have a whole chinkuni chonse chija, you have it in your eye, so, and then you begin to tell your friend, my friend, you have a speck, let me come and help to remove it. Is that even possible? It's not possible. It's not possible because you have a bigger thing yourself. You can't even see that speck to start with. So Jesus is saying, instead of you concentrating on the speck that you see in the eye of your friend, what do? You begin first by removing the log that is in your own eye. When you remove that thing completely, that's when you are going to see clearly that your friend has a speck. And that is the only way you are going also to know how to help them, how to remove that speck from their eye. There's something that Jesus is saying about our, let's say the things that we keep in our hearts. Many times, you see people focusing on the wrong things of other people, okay? But then they forget that they also have those wrong things, but maybe even bigger things that they have. But they are running away from confronting themselves, from facing their own logs. They have a whole log in the eye, but they are running away from that. They don't want to face their own brokenness. So they begin to say, you are bad. You are a thief. They begin to tell you all the bad things that you do. But they forget about themselves. If you are that person that focuses on the bad things of other people, Jesus is saying, first begin by removing that log in your eye. First work on yourself. You cannot convert another person if you are not converted yourself. And this is very important. You have first you have to know Jesus yourself for you to preach Jesus to other people. If you want somebody to stop drinking beer, first stop drinking beer yourself. Because that person is going to say, you are telling me to stop drinking beer. But what about you? You were drunk yesterday. So your voice is not going to have the moral authority. Your voice is not going to have the weight that it should have for that person to stop drinking beer. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yeah. So before you tell your friend you are a thief, first of all, stop stealing yourself. Remove that log from your eye. That is the only way that you are going to help the other person to convert, to become a good person. You cannot preach the message that you have not believed in yourself. You cannot preach the Jesus that you have not known yourself. First of all, know Jesus yourself. Are we together? Yes. The last thing that Jesus is talking about here is blindness. He's saying a blind person cannot lead another blind person. Okay? If you are blind, at least all of us know what blindness is, not so? Yes. Yeah. If you are blind, you cannot lead another person who is blind because you are blind yourself. In other words, you can't see. So how are you going to lead that other person who also cannot see? If you can't see yourself, how are you going to lead them? You cannot. So you have to have your eyes opened for you to lead another blind person. In today's world, there are a lot of blind people who are leading other blind people. And you know what happens when a blind person is leading another blind person? Once wazagwera muchimugodi, because kulibe wamenaona. Once wazagwera muchimugodi, because no one has the wisdom to say, apo pali chimugodi cheti jumpe. No one has the eyes to see kuti pali chimugodi. Mwanyamuka mapanga na mwenewe wake, tie tikamenye. Tie tikamenye. You are both blind. Tie niko puse, kana kuza bwanji. Ilo kaja nae ne mandi paja, kana nuza mandi. Kana chita mwai penze wa teacher. Niseme naka shempa mambama. Tie tikamenye. Mwatengana, 4 of you, 5 of you. Tie chabi. Mwafiki. All of you are what? are blind. There should be one person among all of you that you'd say, Bane, we can't do that. We can't do that because it is wrong. We can't go and beat that person because it is wrong. If that person wronged you or wronged any one of us, let us talk to somebody elderly so that they help us. So that one person who is saying something different is the one that has the eyes. That person can see. But if all of you mungo tenga na chabe monga chan. Yeshi mwansa mlibe menso. Jesus is saying a blind person cannot lead another blind person. Somebody has to have the eyes. So somebody should be able to speak and say, no, this is wrong. We are going towards the wrong direction and tizagwera muti, tizagwera mugod. Let us turn and go the other direction. This is what Jesus is telling us today. Is it something that is impossible to do? No, it is not impossible. It is possible. We just have to put our minds to it. We just have to make efforts to open our eyes. So today we have talked about three things. We have talked about blindness, that a blind person will not lead another blind person. We have also talked about the log and the speck. Okay? Yeah. When you make attempts to remove a speck in the eye of your friend, when you have a log yourself, it means you are just as blind as the other person. You will not manage. Both of you are blind. So first begin by removing the whole log that you have so that you help the other one. The last thing that we've talked about, which actually started with, is somebody able to remember? I talked about avocados makota pelamu. Yeah, I talked about the bad tree and the good tree, the bad fruit and the good fruit. Yes. So putting all these things together, what Jesus is asking us is to have a heart. Let us call it a good heart, because there's also something we can call a bad heart. Okay? Let us call this a good heart. Jesus is saying, have a good heart. A good heart that is going to communicate goodness to other people. That is the only thing that we need for us to be good Christians. Amen.